Hello, welcome back. First of all, of course, because that's the day where I record it and probably also put it on the channel. Happy Easter. I hope you had a wonderful day with your family, enjoyed the time and had a peaceful weekend so far. Yeah, a long time no video. I have to excuse, but I have a good, not execution. I can explain it. Right now I'm in the hot phase of opening an, I think you call it in English, brick and mortar hi-fi and record store. Now, on the German channel I do talk a lot about it, of course not on the international channel. I don't know, when you are in Germany, of course you are more than welcome to visit us, but this is now in the hot phase. We will open in about 3 to 4 weeks, and that really was quite time consuming so far. But now, long weekend, few days off, and of course I took the opportunity to do this long overdue video and talk with you about 4 Atlantic 75 releases. We talk about Donny Hathaway, we talk about Dusty Springfield, we talk about Bad Company and Foreigner. And we start with Donny Hathaway. There has already been one release out in the Atlantic 75 series. I talked about it, I played you a little tune of it, and that's Donny Hathaway's self-titled album that came out I think 5-6 weeks ago. And now we have the second release of his, which was the first release for him on the Atlantic label when he signed to the Atlantic label, and it's Donny Hathaway's Everything is Everything. Wonderful cover art with playing children around him. Again, what we are used to, wonderful Stoughton gatefold sturdy jackets, of course an all analog production in 45 RPM, and yeah, a masterpiece of a soul album. And yeah, especially after I've listened to this one, the quality, the wonderful sounding recording of this one, I really couldn't wait for this one, because it has a huge title, in my opinion. One of the best soul titles of all time, in my personal opinion. I'm not an expert when it comes to soul, but I hope and I think you can agree with me when I say this is a big one. A big one. The Ghetto.
The Ghetto. The Ghetto. The Ghetto. The Ghetto. Show love. The Ghetto. The Ghetto. The Ghetto. The Ghetto.
Wow. Wonderful song, amazing song. This album came out in 1970 originally, and is now of course a wonderful part of this wonderful Atlantic 75 45 RPM collection. Originally it came on the Atco label. I show you the label on the vinyl. Here we go. And yes, of course, this is an amazing opportunity to get this all-time classic in probably the best way you've ever heard it. 45 RPM. You know, I don't want to get always into the same routine when I describe the sound. I think a lot of you have their Atlantic 75s and you know what to expect, and we all know what we get. So same here, brilliant. brilliant soul record, brilliant recording, brilliant mastering. You know, it's a bit frightening how time flies by. And if you consider that from the next band, this is already the third release on this series, on the Atlantic 75 series. First we have seen Bad Company in this shiny, wonderful black jacket. Then the second one came out, the straight shooter Bad Company, not that long ago. And now we've seen the third installment of the Bad Company series, Run with the Pack. And when Run with the Pack arrived, I was so surprised because and positively surprised, because when I saw it on the announcement sheet, it was a grey cover. But no, it's a wonderful, shiny, chromish cover, brilliant. Again, of course, sturdy, gatefold cover. But yet again, when it comes to the Bad Company catalog, wow, a killer jacket yet again. This album came out in 1976 and is considered, but not few of the Bad Company fans, as maybe their best album. And it stands out for its string arrangements. I took and decided to give you Silver, Blue and Gold from this album. I really like that rock ballad, and when you listen it on your home stereo equipment, the punch, clarity, separation and immersive power of this rock band is really quite mentioning. No wonder why Bad Company has so many fans until today. I mean, 1976, 30, almost 50 years, half a century, but it doesn't sound like it. This is rock at its best. Let's listen to Silver, Blue and Gold.
Give me silver, blue and gold, the color of the sky and tone. My rainbow is overdue. In the beginning, there was something of love that was mine. Now that it's gone, well, I'm crying. Oh, the time that it takes for your love to grow cold is a wonder to me. I'm walking around with my head hanging down. Tell me.
Yeah, Bad Company. How do I get now from Bad Company to Dusty Springfield? But I mean, that's the beauty of this series, that it has a masterful, wonderful variety of genres and titles. And yeah, that's what I enjoy so much still until today, that we get titles now in a wonderful, amazing quality that us audiophiles would have not believed, let's say 3, 4, 5 years ago. And Dusty Springfield, Dusty in Memphis is a little different, because we already have a release from Analog Production. But before we compare those, where it makes sense, those two releases, let's listen, of course, if YouTube lets me, but if you see that now it lets me, let's listen to Son of a Preacher Man.
Kiss and tell me everything's alright. Can I get away again tonight? The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Lord knows he was. Yes, he was. How well I remember the look was in his eyes, stealing kisses from me
Son of a Preacher Man. Is it safe to say that this song belongs into every record or music collection? I would say so. The original came out in 1969. Now with the Atlantic 75 we have this brilliant Stoughton gatefold jacket, like usually when it comes to these releases. But as I mentioned, we also have this 45 RPM release from 2011, so 14 years ago. And yeah, when you see the jacket, not that this is a bad jacket, but don't get me wrong, but 14 years, things has happened. Now we have gatefold. Now it's so sturdy, and we get the session photos of Dusty on the outside, on the inside. It leveled up. When it just comes to the package, it's a different level. I think that's safe to say. Both of these releases have the Kevin Gray mastering. And it would be, of course I compared them, but there are no differences that are worth mentioning. So on that side, if it is only about the main album and you don't care for a jacket or you don't want to have the complete Atlantic 75 series, you are of course fine with this release. But there is one, in my opinion, very interesting and cool thing. We have 3 more songs on this. We have 3 bonus tracks on side 4. I show that to you. Here you can see that. Here you have the 3 bonus tracks on side 4, which is of course a wonderful addition. Adds of course a lot of value to this release. And yeah, and the packaging. For a lot of people, as I said, this is one of the most anticipated titles of the series. This is a good reason to get it again. Or of course nowadays, I mean 14 years later, a lot of people don't have that in that wonderful, amazing quality from Kevin Gray and analog production. So, an all-time classic, Dusty in Memphis. Last round we do now with Foreigner. And same with the Bad Company releases, this is now the 3rd release in the series. Now we have Foreigner Double Vision, gatefold jacket, few photos. That's what it looks like. I cannot let it touch you, I would love to. The other releases that we have seen on the series so far is the Foreigner self-titled. You can see that. And the Foreigner 4 with all those smash hits. This is loaded with hits, but so is Double Vision 2 in a way. Yeah, they were huge in Europe, in the US. That was one of the bands at the time. The Double Vision is from 1978, and yeah, I don't know if it's the correct term, but for me, Foreigner in the Atlantic 75 series is in a way a guilty pleasure. Outside of the series, I probably would not have bought Foreigner records. But now that I have them, and now that I have them in this outstanding quality, it's a new listening experience. It's so different when you can listen to them in that quality. And I hope I choose a title at the end of the video that transports a little of this unbelievable quality of those recordings and records and this mastering. That's really, really outstanding. I choose the title track of Double Vision, so Double Vision, I always liked that song, and yet again brings back quite some memories. So before I start the song, with which I will end this video, I want to thank you very much for your time you spent with me now, and I hope to see you, and I'm sure now that we have done the most of the workload with the brick and mortar hi-fi and record store. I hope to see you very, very soon. So thank you very, very much, and enjoy Double Vision. Thank you. Goodbye.
It's always